Hey there, this is Wally Wabowlhead, and this is Wally Wabowlhead's Quick Bite. Today is the 10th of November 2016, and today I just finished up my quick 20-minute jaunt on the spin bike. And what I like to do post-exercise is to have to treat myself with something relatively sweet. In the form of a shake. Essentially, it's a smoothie that originally I started making with a whole bunch of banana to create nice cream, which I've spoken about in some of the other ones. But today, what I've done is tune down the amount of banana that we have in it. A regular sized banana, like this guy, has roughly 30 grams of carbs in it, 30 grams of sugar. What I like to do, excuse me for 1 second, is when you've got a whole bunch of ripe bananas sitting around, or if you know somebody at the supermarket that's just going to be throwing them out, you take them after they're about to go bad, you chop them up. This right here, just the bottom, say third, is roughly 100 grams of banana or 20 grams of carbs, 20 grams of sugar, right here. So that's the base of the smoothie that I like to make. If you remember, bananas have inulin in them, which is a natural emulsifier, which makes things thicker. That's why if you put a whole bunch of bananas, say 5 times this amount, into a small blender with a little bit of milk, it turns into a very, very frosty, very similar to ice cream type texture. But it's also loaded with carbs, so you'd be so you're almost better off eating ice cream. It's a delicious vegan, but it's also loaded with carbs. So what we do, I've got a whole bunch of ingredients. You take the bananas that have been frozen. They're still frozen. It's important to keep them frozen, especially if you're making ice cream. This, it doesn't matter quite as much. Make sure to wash your hands. I forgot to get the almond milk out of the fridge. But I use almond milk with this, as I do get a lot of dairy from non-fat Greek yogurt, but I find that regular milk makes my stomach a little bit upset. So, it's about a cup of almond milk. And again, the idea here is to balance it out. So all of the ingredients in here, you want to have the same number of calories from carbs, proteins, and fats, all together. So we've got the almond milk, which according to this, 1 cup is 8 grams of carbs. So we're up to about 30 grams of carbs. Not very much protein at all. This here is a 60-40 rice to, it's actually pea protein to rice protein. A scoop of that, you get 30 grams of protein. No, I think 1 gram of carbs. So now we're even. Carbs and protein. For a little flavor, I like to add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. We also have, this is just regular whey protein, but we'll go vegan and keep it out of here. What we also have is, this is a peanut butter flavored powder. PB Fit, you get it at Sam's Club. This is about a 1-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. So I'll go with about 3 big tablespoons of that. That's another 15 grams of each. So we're up to about 45. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. Now the one thing that you'll notice that we're omitting so far is the fat, which we'll get to at the end. This is spirulina, which is a superfood from the blue-green algae. About a tablespoon of that, and that is loaded with protein as well, but there's also some carbs in there, so we're about 50-50. 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. The last thing that we're going to add, I like sometimes to add coconut oil, which, if you've ever used it before, is solid at room temperature, unless it's real hot out. We need about 20 grams of this stuff. So it's roughly a heaping tablespoon, which will be a little bit more than what I've got here. here, just add a little bit more to it. And what you have here is equal numbers, so it's about 50, 50, 30, roughly. So you're getting, what, there's about 550 calories here, so it's a big, this is a meal replacement. One of the things that problems people run into with smoothies is they say, yeah, they're delicious, but they add, 5 pieces of fruit, which at the end of the day gets you, 5 times 20 is 100 grams of sugar, which you don't want to be doing, unless, you're a super endurance athlete. So we hit the pulse button and hope it doesn't explode. And you'll see it turns green because of the spirulina. If you were doing nice cream, figure 4 times the amount of banana and let it go for like 2 minutes or so. And it turns into a custardy, it's all plant-based ice cream with no dairy. So people talk about the importance of getting some nutrition right after you exercise. This is what mine looks like. It's kind of like a ectoplasm type thing. But it's good. The coconut oil, they break down into little chips, and it almost tastes like the consistency of little chocolate chips. 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat. You're looking at 200, 400. This is close to 600 calories right here. So if you're trying to lose weight and you want something similar to this, cut it in half. But it's again, this is all vegan, high protein. It's you can definitely taste the spirulina, which I've become accustomed to, but it's a good way to get some nutrition back into your body after a good exercise. So, with that, I am Wally Wabowlhead, and this is Wally Wabowlhead's Quick Bite.